What for? To whom? The questions tumbled out of Demelza's lips, and there was a marked silence before her brother answered. To the Earl of Trevarnon. He saw her eyes widen and added quickly, Wait until you hear what he has offered me. But why should he want to come here? That's easy to answer, Gerard replied. The crown and feathers at Bracknell was burnt down the night before last. Burnt down? Demelza exclaimed. How terrible! Was anybody hurt? I have no idea, her brother replied carelessly, but Trevarnon had taken the whole inn for race week. So now he has nowhere to go, Demelza said slowly. He was desperate, Gerard answered. You know as well as I do that there is no room, nor even a bed, available in the whole district. Demelza knew this was true. Unlike Epsom races, which could be easily reached in a day from London, Ascot racecourse was nearly 30 miles from the capital. Only a few Corinthians drove there daily at a speed which necessitated a change of horses. For most racegoers, it meant a 5-day visit, which resulted in the whole neighbourhood being packed to bursting. If, as she and her brother knew, one was fortunate enough to be a guest at Windsor Castle or in one of the country houses for which astronomical rents were paid, there were no problems. But otherwise it meant being crammed into the extremely uncomfortable local inns, which charge exorbitantly for the privilege. In some cases, a guest returning from the heath found he was expected to sleep on a sofa or even roll up on a hearthrug. Demelza could imagine without her brother telling her what a problem it would cause when one of the better inns, like the Crown and Feathers at Bracknell, was burnt down on the Friday before race week. Gerard was telling her what had occurred. We were drinking in White's Club yesterday evening when Trevarnon learnt the news and asked, What the devil can I do? No one answered, and he went on, I have 5 horses entered for the meeting, one of them being Crusader. They are already on their way to Bracknell. Crusader, Demelza repeated, almost under her breath. It was the horse she had been looking forward to seeing, for it had won a number of races already, and every newspaper had published eulogies about its appearance and its pace. Exactly, Crusader, her brother repeated, and I stand to lose a packet if he does not run. Oh, Gerard, how could you? Demelza cried. You know that you promised me you would not bet until you had paid off some of the bills you owe. But Crusader is a certainty, Gerard answered. The Earl himself has wagered a fortune on him. The Earl can afford to, Demelza said quietly. And so can I, now that I have let the house. You mean, Demelza asked, that you are really allowing the Earl of Trevarnon and his party to come here? That is what I am trying to tell you, Demi, her brother replied. Don't be a nitwit about it. He is paying through the nose for the privilege, and God knows we need it. How much? There was a little tremor on the words. 1,000 guineas. There was an unmistakable note of elation in Gerard's voice, but his sister stared at him as if she could not have heard him aright. 1,000 guineas, she repeated after a moment. It is impossible. You cannot mean it. I tell you he was desperate, Gerard answered. The coffee-room was crowded, and he looked around as if it had struck him that somebody present might have a house in the neighbourhood. Then his eyes fell on me. I seem to remember, Langston, that you live near Ascot, he said slowly. That is true, my lord, I replied. And is your house fully occupied? No, my lord, I answered, but I don't think it would be suitable for your requirements. Anything with a roof would be suitable in the circumstances, and I presume you have stables. Yes, there are stables, I replied. For how many? Gerard Langston threw out his hands. I told the truth, Demelza. What else could I do? Go on with the story, his sister pleaded. About 40, my lord, I replied, and the Earl walked across the room and drew me aside. Have you any particular objection to me as a tenant? He inquired. Certainly not, my lord. Then why so much hesitation? The house is old, and as I am seldom at home, there are few servants. That is of little consequence, the Earl replied. I will bring my own chef, my butler, and any number of footmen that are required. I said nothing, and after a moment he said, Would 1,000 guineas be acceptable to you as rent for the week?